What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at The Birdcage, directed by Mike Nichols, starring Robin Williams and Nathan Lane. Birdcage tells the story of this nightclub owner named Armand Goldman, who is openly gay and owns a drag club known as a drag queen club known as the Birdcage. Now, one fateful evening, his son Val comes to visit him and tells him that he's going to be married soon, while all the while also revealing that his future in-laws' parents are coming down to visit him. And it just so happens that the in-laws happen to be a senator named Keeley, who is played by Gene Hackman, who is an ultra-conservative man and is also in the middle of a scandal since one of his partners was caught dead with a black underage prostitute. And now the Keeley character is coming under scrutiny. While all the while, Armand has to balance what's going on with his son Val and with his life partner Albert, played awesomely by Nathan Lane. Okay, so yeah, the movie on like when you say it out loud, the movie has a lot going on for it, but when you actually watch it, it's actually much better presented to you. Okay, what can I say about Birdcage? I love the Birdcage. I think this movie is utterly fantastic, and I'm just gonna say it right now. It is a shame that Robin Williams and Nathan Lane didn't have enough movies where they acted against one another because their chemistry as Armand and Albert is fantastic. They played two gay men, companion lovers, and they played these roles awesomely. Nathan Lane, he's openly gay in real life, so but I like the contrast. Like the Armin character is a more masculine of a gay man. Like he's more of a macho man, while the Nathan Lane Albert he's more of the a feminine gay. So you get the two parallels. You get the two countercultures of how on gays pretty much. Like you get the macho gay and you get the more flamboyant gay. But the movie never makes pokes fun at anything. It never demeans anything at all. Like this movie is just telling a story, and these characters just so happen to be gay. And Robin Williams and Nathan Lane play these roles utterly fantastic. To me, Nathan Lane in a lot of his scenes, he kind of outshines Williams because Nathan Lane to me has always been a very underappreciated comedian. His comedic timing is fantastic, and in this movie, he and Williams they just work so well off one another's. The scene where Armin is trying to teach Albert to be more manly is fantastic stuff, and Nathan Lane just struggling, and the Albert character just struggling to embrace his man side. It's heartbreaking in a way because you can tell he does not want to do it because he's proud of who he is, but on the other hand, he's doing it for the love of his son, basically his son Val. So I like it. It brings a lot of humanity to the characters. Like they're being forced to do things that they don't want to do because they're proud of who they are, but they're doing it for a greater good. They're doing it because of the love of their son and because they know that their son wants to marry this woman who has ultra conservative parents. Now, speaking of which, here's the contrast. Now, while Albert and Armand are openly gay, flamboyant, and they love life, you have the Keeleys. The Senator Keeley, played by Gene Hackman, and his wife, played by Diane Wiest. These are your more uptight conservative types. But the performances are fantastic. Like Gene Hackman as the senator, he's great. I love Gene Hackman as an actor. He has a very raw and natural comedic timing in this movie. When the Keeleys finally get to the birdcage and they meet the Goldmans who are forced themselves to go by Colemans, it's funny stuff. Especially when especially when Albert has to pose as the mother since Val's real mother Catherine was running late. And if I have one gripe with this movie, the Catherine character to me didn't really need to be in this movie. Honestly, you could take the Catherine character out, and this movie would still be the same. It probably even better because you could still do the whole gimmick of Albert dressing up as a woman, as just to go with the ruse, since it's established that he's a performer. So we could have had an idea like, oh, they're expecting to see your mom, and Val's mom is nowhere to be found. So Albert, we'll just make you into a woman instead. You could have still done something like that, like something like that's very close to Mrs. Doubtfire esque, and didn't really need the Catherine character because to me it doesn't really add anything to the movie. It doesn't really add anything to the plot. Not saying she's a character at all, or the actress did a bad job because she didn't. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I do like the little scene that her and Catherine and Armin do have when they reunite. and they do a little dance number, and it further heightens Albert's, and it further hides Albert's growing insecurities when he walks in on them. I mean, that stuff is fine, but you could have done without it. And Albert was already feeling insecure anyway when you at the beginning of the movie. So having that little extra, I mean, yeah, the scene's entertaining and it does add more, but you could have done without it. To be honest, that's just me personally. Uh, Dan Fetterman, who plays the character of Val, I thought he did a fine job as well. I like the chemistry with him and Robin Williams and with Nathan Lane. And I like the fact that these two gay men pretty much raised this guy, and he ended up going out with a woman. But they support his choices. Like, I can't praise this movie enough for how it handles, telling the story of essentially two gay men. Like, because it never really pokes fun at them. Like I said, it doesn't poke fun at them. It doesn't demean them. It's just telling a simple story. Like, this movie, when you watch Albert and Armand, banter with one another, it's almost as if it's almost as if you're watching a straight couple banter with one another. Like, they never really bring the attention to the fact that they're gay. They only bring it up because the senator is ultra conservative and he looks down on things like that. So that's where it comes into play. So that's fine with me. Like, the movie's telling you a message. Pretty much, don't change who you are for anybody. That's what the movie's telling you, and it's a good message. So let's wrap this up. So final thoughts. So let's wrap this up. Production value of this movie is fine. I think Mike Nichols as a director did a good job. The look of South Beach, Miami looks extravagant and flamboyant. The look of the Birdcage as a drag queen show is so lively, full of pop, and it looks fantastic. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie. And my unsung hero of this movie is Hank Azaria, who plays like a waiter or butler, or pretty much helper named Abigor to uh, to uh, uh, Albert and Armand. And I like Hank Azaria. I always considered Hank Azaria to be an extremely underrated actor, and I thought he was hilarious in this movie. He had a lot of funny moments as Abigor, especially when he has a pose as a Greek waiter. He's like, "My name is Abigor Spartacus." It's funny stuff. You gotta watch Birdcage. I think this is actually one of Robin Williams' most overlooked and underrated movies because this movie is hilarious. He plays it totally straight, but you do get those classic Robin Williams moments, and it's fantastic. And he has Nathan Lane, who just is such a natural with him. Like, the pairing of Williams and Lane, I can't praise that enough. They worked so well with one another, and I would have loved to have seen them do more movies together. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Birdcage. Overall, it gets a 9 out of 10 for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections down below. Like this video and subscribe, and I will check you back next time for more.